Today marks a year since King Charles's coronation, and a new poll shows that over half of Brits think he's doing a good job as monarch.
Despite an increase in support for the King, which is very welcome, I'm sure, he's actually fourth on the list in terms of favourable royals, with the Prince and Princess of Wales coming in on top.
So are William and Kate outshining the King? Chief Royal Correspondent for Newsweek, Jack Royston, says Charles's popularity has never fully recovered from the fallout of his marriage to Diana, while royal journalist Emily Andrews says, what's the metric for this? I mean, if it's duty and hard work, the King and Queen are doing a great job. And, you know, a year on from the coronation, I mean, it's been a tough time personally for the King because of his cancer treatment, but actually it's been a really good year.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, especially Queen Camilla, absolutely putting in a shift. And Charles, despite having to step back from public-facing duties until his return last week because of that cancer diagnosis and treatment, he's been working hugely hard behind the scenes. And I think in terms of are Charles and Camilla outshining William and Kate, absolutely not. And crucially, nor would William and Kate want to be outshining the King and Queen. It's a team game, Harry and Meghan. It is a team game to support the monarch. And I think it's been very interesting that while Charles has not been able to meet the public, and it's great that he's back, and hopefully we'll see him on Wednesday at Buckingham Palace garden party. He's got meetings Wednesday morning, meeting Rishi Sunak Wednesday afternoon. While Charles has been sort of, you know, behind stable doors, as it were, William has not undertaken any of the kind of more traditional sovereign duties because he hasn't wanted to outshine the King. And the two men are in lockstep more than ever they've been before.
Definitely.
Jack, what do you think? We all stood there outside a year ago, either celebrating with parties or for us covering the coronation, poured with rain, which seemed like a damp squib. But do you not agree that he's done brilliantly?
I think there's nothing wrong with how Charles has done the job over the last year, but William and Kate do outshine him, and they always will. They're so popular with the British public. They are more popular than Charles. They're young, they're glamorous, people love to see them, people love pictures of Kate, you know, the fashion side of it is absolutely fantastic. I think for the monarchy...
But isn't that, Jack, isn't that a bit ageist and a bit sexist? Aren't we in danger of not really valuing what monarchy is all about, which is duty and service?
Well, I think it's reality, and the monarchy can choose to embrace that reality and try to make an asset out of it and use William and Kate as the kind of royal superstars that they are. Or we can all just deny reality and say that, you know, the King's not outshining them.
The King is using them. I mean, the King is promoting them.
Yeah, so the monarchy has a number of specific problems that it's going to have to address in the years to come, one of which is the decline in support among 18 to 24-year-olds. And the King can try to take that on, but it is difficult in the era when young people think that privilege is corruption and that, you know, they think everything's, you know, pale, male and stale. It is hard for Charles to be the person to show leadership and to take on that particular challenge. William and Kate are arguably much better placed to address that issue if you're willing to embrace and accept the fact that they do outshine Charles.
Emily, it might be that actually always the Prince or Princess of Wales is a little bit outshining the monarch. I mean, there was a time when Charles was in the polls as higher than his mum.
Well, I think that's the thing. I think you've hit the nail on the head, Kate, because, of course, we've got George, Charlotte and Louis waiting in the wings, and George is going to be 11 this year, this July. And, you know, in 7 years' time, they might be at university and they might start, we might seeing them a bit more in kind of, you know, the public arena, although Kate and William are very good at, you know, bringing their children to things. And so I think we will see George, Charlotte and Louis probably overtaking their parents in the popularity scale. So I think it will probably sort itself out. But what I would also say is that, you know, do we really want to define monarchy as good or bad in terms of popularity? Yes, it's important to the royals. Yes, popularity and approval ratings are important. But surely duty and service and working hard is the metric.
So we asked you what you thought, and I think 57% of you said that they were outshining. And
43% said no.
No.
So, you know, but we all love them all.
Outshining's fine. Charles wants to be outshone.
Do you think he does?
I think he does.